My wife texted, "I want a divorce, all communication through my lawyer." Man, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I just typed back, "Understood." Then I did something maybe a little drastic, but I canceled her credit cards and stopped sending her any money. 3 days later, her lawyer was freaking out, calling me nonstop. I'm still reeling, to be honest. It's like I'm on autopilot, just going through the motions. Weirdly, I'm pretty calm about it all. It all started last Tuesday afternoon. I was buried in work staring at spreadsheets when my phone buzzed. It was Olivia, my wife, 39 years old, and we'd been together for 15 years. The text was short and to the point, brutally honest. Bam, divorce. Everything from now on through her lawyer, some guy named Peterson. 15 years gone in a text message. No warning, nothing. We'd even had dinner the night before, made plans for the weekend. Totally normal. Nothing hinted at this. I sat there probably 5 minutes just staring at the phone. Shock, hurt, anger, it was all there, bubbling under the surface. But on the outside, I was strangely calm and clear-headed. She'd laid it all out, her rules, lawyers only. Fine. So then I got practical. No more informal arrangements legally, everything changed instantly. My parents taught me a hard lesson about finances, so Olivia and I always kept our main accounts separate, just for everyday stuff. It was a real mess with them, you know? She had her own account, I had mine, but she had some supplementary credit cards on my accounts. They weren't joint accounts, just cards I'd added her to. I logged into my banking apps, clicked a few buttons, and canceled those cards. Poof, no more. I also stopped the monthly allowance I'd been sending to her personal account. I went online and stopped the money going to her bank account, right then and there. All the streaming services, Netflix, Prime, everything, they were under my name anyway. I kicked her off all the other devices, too, and changed every single password. If she wants to stream, she can pay for it herself. Then there's the car. It's leased under my name, and while my insurance wouldn't let me drop her immediately, too much of a risk for everyone out there, I made a note to talk to my lawyer about getting the lease transferred ASAP. The gas card was linked to a credit card I'd already canceled, so that was useless now. The whole thing took maybe half an hour. It wasn't about getting even, it was just dealing with how things were now. She was calling the shots. She made it clear, lawyers only from now on. Well, lawyers deal with actual contracts, not vague ideas about what happens when you're married. An hour later, I got an email with her lawyer's information. I sent it straight to Ms. Cole, this amazing divorce lawyer a coworker had told me about. I emailed Ms. Cole, and right after that, I get a text from Olivia demanding a divorce. Lawyers only, she said. Fine. I needed someone to tell me what to do, how to protect myself, what this was going to cost. I finished up some work and went home. The place was empty. Guess she packed her stuff while I was gone. Did I sleep okay? Yeah, actually, surprisingly well. 3 days later, Friday afternoon, my phone rings. Unknown number, I had a feeling. Hello, I answered. Is this Ethan? The voice snapped, impatient. Ethan, last name. This is Mr. Peterson, the guy says. I represent Olivia, Olivia last name. My heart sank. My client is experiencing some difficulties, he went on. Okay, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. Her cards were declined, he continued. Funds cut off abruptly, highly irregular, Mr. Last Name. The usual financial situation stays put when you're separating, I told Mr. Peterson, keeping my voice steady. My wife had texted me on Tuesday, dropping the bomb and saying everything had to go through him. I played along, of course. The casual financial stuff stopped. Any future support would have to be sorted out through his lawyer and mine, Ms. Cole, who I was hiring. A beat, papers rustling. She needs money right away. Essentials, housing. Housing, that completely threw me. Where is she? That's not important. He was getting snippy. You acted in bad faith, just cutting her off without any warning, Mr. Peterson. He was getting colder. My wife pulled the plug on the marriage with a text and put him in charge. She's the one who messed up the trust and stopped all communication. Money would now be decided by a judge, not frantic calls about declined cards. She wasn't the main account holder either. A longer pause. My client needs immediate financial help, he said, sounding annoyed. That's her choice, I shot back. Just send everything straight to my lawyer, Ms. Cole. You have her info. Yes, he was curt. Perfect. The call ended just like my wife wanted. Goodbye, I hung up. My heart was racing, pure adrenaline, but also a feeling of relief. She wanted this to be cold and legal, right? Well, she's getting it, exactly, waiting for Ms. Cole to call. This is just the beginning. Update, it's been a week since the text, and things got crazy just like I figured. Thanks for all the messages. The DMs helped me realize I wasn't losing it. Ms. Cole called back the same day Mr. Peterson got in touch. She's really on it. I knew my actions were sound, seeing as Olivia's text told me to write everything down. Mr. Peterson started things off on Monday. He filed for immediate temporary spousal support plus the sole use of the house, which she'd already bounced from. Seriously, lol. The amount she wanted was insane. Basically, she wanted me to pay for her old life plus a new place, and all her legal fees. She had a real sense of being owed something. Ms. Cole fired back. We offered a much lower temporary support payment based on what she actually needed, not what she desired. Understood. She abandoned the house I still live in. My lawyer pointed out that her lawyer was calling all the shots and that my moves were a direct result. Then the personal attacks began. Olivia's best friend, Haley, called Wednesday night. I picked up, hoping to find out what was going on. Big mistake. Ethan, what the heck? Nope. Hi, Haley. I was so tired. Don't Haley me. Olivia's on my couch. You cut her off completely. She can't get groceries, making her homeless. Haley, Olivia demanded a divorce through text. Lawyers only. I honored her wishes. Bullshit, you know she hardly works at all. How can she live? She's terrified. Olivia's graphic design job brought in like a cow per month. Mostly spending money before she hired a lawyer. Before I even talked to her, I said all finances go through our lawyers. The way she decided to handle things, it was cruel, vindictive. After 15 years, she was all over the place emotionally. She made a mistake. Using the lawyers only, that's a specific mistake. Haley was hiring Mr. Peterson, also a mistake. Total silence. Then she's entitled to support. You always took care of her. And I would have been happy to discuss this calmly if she'd let me. Man, she blew up our marriage with a text, then got a lawyer. She called all the shots, so yeah, we played by her rules. Now she's going after everything I own. She can try, I told myself, keeping it cool. Everything's official now, my lawyer's on it, and that's all I'm saying. Goodbye, I clicked off the call. So now I'm the bad guy just for following her instructions. She's making herself out to be a total victim. It's sickening. Then yesterday, bam, a bank alert. Someone tried to empty an old savings account we'd totally forgotten about. It was a joint account we opened years ago, way before all this mess. It only had like $500 left in it. Apparently, Olivia found the debit card and tried to clean it out. The bank saw all that sudden activity on an account that hadn't been touched in forever. I went straight down there, explained the divorce, and they froze the account until everything's settled legally. It's not about the money, it's the nerve. Her lawyer's accusing me of bad faith, but my lawyer says it actually helps my case. Shows Olivia isn't just sitting around, she's actively trying to sneak around the whole legal process she demanded. I'm waiting for that emergency support hearing now. Got a court date coming up. Olivia's still crashing at Haley's place. I think Mr. Peterson, her lawyer, is starting to realize his client thought she'd get a blank check, not this. Reality. He's less shocked now, more just grim. This is going to be awful. 3 weeks later, okay, things got even nastier. Surprise, surprise, we had that emergency support hearing last week. Olivia was there looking really stressed, avoiding my eyes the whole time. Peterson claimed she was broke, saying I'd done her wrong. Ms. Cole just showed the judge those texts, real calm-like. Olivia's lawyers only showed bank statements proving I'd cut off her extra credit cards, you know, the ones linked to my accounts. Even after all that texting, I was still paying the mortgage, utilities, rent, insurance, all the big bills. Then we showed how she tried to empty that old joint account we'd forgotten about, after she'd already got her lawyers involved. Her part-time job earnings proved she wasn't actually penniless, she just didn't have extra cash for fun stuff. The judge saw right through Peterson's whole act. He asked Olivia why she'd done it, and she just stammered something about being scared. Funny, because I wasn't scared. The judge looked pretty doubtful anyway. So what happened? He ordered temporary support, way closer to what we'd asked for than what they wanted. Enough for the basics, you know? He made her pay some of her legal fees too, but no money for her fancy lifestyle. He basically told Olivia that her own actions, those texts, trying to clean out that account, were what got her into this mess. I felt like I'd dodged a huge bullet, but it wasn't over. This week, the real games began. First dirty trick, a call from my HR department. Some anonymous complaint claimed I was using company stuff for my legal battle. Total lie. I only used my personal phone and email. They also said I was acting weird, like I was unstable. Luckily, my boss knows me. The complaint was so vague. HR checked the logs and nothing was there. I had a quick talk with my boss, explained the situation calmly, and that was that. Clearly, someone was trying to get me fired. Ms. Cole made a note of it. It's hard to prove who that anonymous person was, but it's definitely part of a pattern. Then came dirty trick number 2. My mom called, screaming and crying, accusing me of being heartless. How could you? She sobbed. She's struggling. The judge was so unfair, he should have given her more money. Think of all the years she gave you. I gave the same answer I'd given 100 times. Olivia made her choices and her lawyers are handling the finances just like she wanted. It's not something I can discuss. She called me heartless again and hung up. It was relentless, that emotional manipulation. Did they really think I'd just keep handing over money? Forever? No way. Facing that kind of pressure, I knew I had to stick to the facts, purely logical. Their tactics actually made things clearer. I couldn't just react. I needed to protect myself legally. I had to proactively shut down any chance for further manipulation. I followed the rules, every single one. About the car, Ms. Cole sent Mr. Peterson a letter. We set up temporary support for Olivia, but she has to sort out the car herself. She needs to take over the payments, lease it if she qualifies, or return it. I'm stopping the payments next month. The insurance, which I've kept up, will also end then. 30 days. It's her problem now, and she has to deal with it within the law. As for the house, I filed for exclusive use after she moved out, and the judge didn't give her that. We're starting the process to get it valued so we can figure out a buyout. A buyout's unlikely, though, given her financial situation. I'm working on getting total control of the assets legally. I'm pushing for a complete financial disclosure immediately. I suspect she's hiding assets. It's time for complete transparency. The law requires it. She's hiding things, and that's going to cause her trouble in court. I'm documenting everything, every single manipulative call. I even have a record of the work complaint she filed. I've got the dates, times, and a summary of everything. Ms. Cole says this pattern of bad faith tactics will definitely affect the final settlement and the legal fees. It's not about revenge, though. It's about protecting myself. Okay, so I had to really play it smart, stick to the rules I'd set, especially after they started playing dirty. That work complaint was way over the line. I had to act, and fast. Olivia texted me personally yesterday, which was totally against what we'd agreed on. It said, "Ethan, you can't take the car. How am I supposed to get around? Please stop this." I took a screenshot and sent it to Ms. Cole. Olivia wrote back, "Per your instructions, all communication through lawyers, contact Mr. Peterson." Then nothing. It's been like 6 or 7 months since that text, feels like a lifetime ago. Time for the final chapter of this crazy story. The last 6 months, total legal war. Mr. Peterson kept dragging his feet. Olivia played the victim card, rejecting every reasonable offer. The car was a huge battle. She couldn't even pretend she qualified for a lease takeover, but she refused to give it back. Mr. Peterson argued I needed it. Ms. Cole fought back, saying my temporary support covered basic transportation. The deadline came and went. I told the leasing company I wasn't paying. She wasn't an authorized driver. They repossessed it right outside Haley's place. You wouldn't believe the calls from Haley. Olivia's mom just ignored everything. I forwarded them to Ms. Cole. Olivia was livid, but she'd painted herself into a corner with her own inaction. We got an order saying I had exclusive use of the house. We sold it pretty quickly, and the money's sitting in escrow until we split it. Olivia tried to get more, saying she was at a huge financial disadvantage. So, full financial discovery. And here's the killer. I pushed hard, and Olivia had to reveal everything. Turns out she had a secret savings account. It was my parents chipping in over the years, plus some stocks she'd inherited that she'd totally forgotten about. Nothing crazy, but more than the $500 in that old joint account. Mr. Peterson tried to say it was all hers, but Ms. Cole showed how we'd mixed our money, proving it was all marital. She got to keep it untouched. There was a whisper of a complaint, nothing concrete, but the judge made a note of the timing and stuff in the final ruling. I didn't get any extra cash, but it added to the bad faith thing. We settled right before the big trial. The judge was clearly annoyed with Olivia's tricks during the pre-trial stuff. It looked like things were gonna get worse for her, and I might even get her to pay my fees. Olivia finally agreed. The assets, the house equity, it was almost split 50-50 with a little edge in my favor because of her hidden stuff. The stocks got divided as marital property. She got to keep her little personal savings. For alimony, it was a limited 2 years, which was rehabilitative alimony. Much less than she wanted, but enough to get her on her feet, not to keep her living the way she used to. It was based on her actually trying to become self-sufficient. We each paid our own lawyer bills. I won without having to fight for her to pay my fees. After all of it, Olivia is in a tiny apartment, working more and griping about money. I only hear about it through the grapevine. Haley pulled away once Olivia started being a pain. Her parents are probably still helping her out. There was zero remorse, zero apology. She still seems shocked that I didn't just fund her life after everything blew up. The entitlement is strong with her. She truly believed she deserved her lifestyle no matter what. It was a rough 7 months for me, super expensive and stressful, but I'm good now. Actually, I'm better. The peace from closing that chapter is huge. I kept my job, staying true to myself. Honestly, I saw myself as a reliable asset in this situation. I figured out how to deal with everything strategically when things went sideways. I was hitting the gym, hanging out with my friends. Olivia, well, she wasn't a fan of my life now. I'm actually digging my quiet house. No messy Hollywood payback, just keeping my head down and working. She's dealing with the fallout from her own actions, meeting a wall of legal stuff. She wanted things to be formal and by the book, and that's exactly what she got with all the cold, hard cash stuff that comes with it. That's honestly good enough for me. Thanks for letting me get this off my chest, it really helped. Time to push onward.